Hey, today's Monday, July 9th, and I'm here on the Kern River. And as you can see, it's actually flowing pretty good. They got it going at somewhere over 1,400 cubic feet per second. I'm going to be taking some material from a different spot today. I had to go and find some place that was available. There's still a lot of people out and about from the July 4th weekend, and well, you know, as you can see, the scenery is a little bit different here in the background. I'll go ahead and pan around for you just for that. Yeah, it's real scenic out here. It's not too warm. In fact, compared to what it's been, this is actually a pretty cool day. Feels like I have a nice fan on me right now here next to the river. But yeah, as you can see, that water is going real fast today. Man, look at that. Anyway, I found a spot here next to the river for my sluice, and it's not the perfect setup. I do have a little bit of a V right there on my fluid bed sluice, and just now set it up. I think the water's going just fast enough to move some of the sandy material that I'm going to be taking here in just a moment across the bed here and through the grizzly and so on and so forth. But I'm looking forward to trying this new spot, and you know, we'll have to see what I get. I'm going to be trying for. I saw a lot of black sand right over here through the water. Matter of fact, I'll see if I can get it on camera. You can see right here the sand has this black mark right here going across, and I'm going to try to take some material over here where it's, you know, a little rocky, and just take some samples over here along this entire bank and see what I get. All right, so I'm going to start taking some material from right here on this bank, and I'm going to try to focus on getting some black sand, and also places where I see rocks basically, and we're going to see if I get lucky or not. I've never been here to this spot, but you know, everywhere I've pretty much tried, there's been gold at the Kern River. You just got to find a place where it stops or rests here in this current. This is a really interesting spot in that, since it's a little not an inlet, but a little mini bay, if you will, the current's actually flowing opposite and contrary to the rest of the river. I might have to look in a place that I would normally ignore to find some, but you know, hey, you can't find stuff unless you start digging, right? So that's what I'm gonna start doing. All right, I'm gonna give you guys a special angle today. I'm gonna place my camera right here, right on my sluice, and put some material through, and give you guys an up and close personal view of how this thing works. The water flow, whoa, almost lost my camera. The water flow isn't the best, but it's there, and let me get this right here. Like I said, the water flow isn't the best, but I think it's enough to sluice. I just tried it out and checked it a little bit ago. We're gonna give it a shot here and see what happens here. All right, so the material is going through, and I can see plenty of black sand. It might take a little bit longer than I want to go through, but with this much dark material, who knows? Who knows what I'll find right here. I'll move my bucket here just to help me out. Okay, that's better. A little better flow there. Okay. Huh. check that. I might see a piece of gold already. Let me see. Oh, you know what? I think I saw a piece of gold right there that I just rubbed with my finger there. That's good. That's a good sign. At this rate, it'll take me a little bit longer to go through this bucket of material that I have, but that's okay. As long as this guy's still cooperating and I get that V right there, we should be okay. Alright, better. So I was just here going through my materials right behind me, and I'm going to try to stay still here. I don't know if you guys can see all the minnows right here in the water all around me. They're all just below the surface, I don't know, a foot down or so. There's a lot of life here in the Kern River. Let me get down close to the water here. Yeah, a lot of minnows, plenty of fish for, well, little fish for big fish to come and well, get ready for the old trout season here, coming up here in the fall. Yeah, it's real neat. I don't know if you guys can see also, I was just checking this out. There's a dark band of material right there where the black sand stops and lighter sand begins. You can also see some round cobblestones and whatnot in the same patch of black sand all the way up this bank. I have a feeling that's where the gold drops out in this particular spot. It's about 3 feet down, and one of these days I'm going to come back and take a sample, gather that material. But it's all up and down this particular embankment right here, and I'm real curious to sample it one of these days. For now, I'm going to pan the materials that I have. After having run my sluice here just now, I went through all the materials that I just showed you guys, all the sandy material went through there, and I'm going to go ahead and pan that out and see what I get. Man, can't get enough of that river. There's a lot of nice scenery in this particular spot. It's real open. You can see all the way across the river, and it's just a really nice summer day. I can't believe it's July 9th here, 2018, and it's this cool, literally here in Bakersfield. I don't remember it ever being this cool at this point in the summertime. Strange, kind of scary, but at the same time real convenient for anybody doing any gold prospecting. Man, what I would do to get out on that island right there and go prospecting around those big rocks right there. I'll bet you we'd find a lot of material right there. Anyway, I'm gonna pan through that stuff. So that guy's clean. That's almost all pure black sand right there from that point forward. A tremendous amount of fine black sand in this stuff right here. This is going to take a little bit longer than I thought. Because it's hard to get through that really fine black material that's all just strewn throughout this entire river. I mean, look at that. Get some of those rocks out of the way there. All right, so I'm just getting down to the little nitty gritty here, so to speak, and there's a piece of gold right here. I'll move some of this black material aside so you can see it. Let's see here. He just went into hiding there at the very top. There it is, right there. You can see right there above my finger, I just made a little circle around him. He's right there. Go ahead and zoom in on that right there. Yeah, I'm sure you guys can see that on camera. All right, so I'm gonna restart here, just a few feet from where I was before, but what I'm looking at is a place on the current right here where a lot of the heavies have dropped out. I can see there's a line of rocks right here, and right here by these roots that are hanging into the Kern River here. And I can see, I mean, there's just some big rocks like this just strewn about right here on the bank with some dark material next to it. I'm just going to take half a bucket of material and run it through my sluice and see if my luck changes or just gets better at this point. So let's start digging and see what I get. Right off the bat, this looks like better material. There's a lot more cobbles in it, a lot more heavy things, plenty of black sand. So a little bit more optimistic about this particular material. It's turning the water a little bit red as well. Red means iron, and that's good. Okay, sometimes you know, the spot that you're in isn't ideal, and I moved my sluice about 3 feet from where it was just to see if the flow would be better. But I'm used to the sluice going faster and moving material faster than what it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to manually move some water by it and basically go through all this material and It's just a little trick that I use whenever the current isn't cooperating, and I certainly can't go out there where the water's faster but far deeper. And I'll be able to go through all this material just with a wave of a hand, so to speak. I'll go ahead and do that, and I won't bore you guys with me fanning the water here, but it's just a little trick I picked up that helps me out whenever I have a spot like this that's almost there, so to speak. I want you guys to see this right here. I just was just going through my materials, and I'd happen to glance down at the sluice, and right there towards the mouth of the sluice, happen to see these two guys right here. Get those close to the camera so you can see that right there. Two lead pellets, it looks like, just right next to each other. Lead, as you know, is pretty heavy and sinks to the bottom, and well, I'd say I'm digging in the right spot if I'm finding that stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and collect that and continue on. But I just thought that was interesting, getting material shoveled into my sluice here. I'll just keep going. I'm about halfway done with this last bucket, and hey, hopefully I get something. All right, so I just made my second run there with my sluice, and went through probably 3/4 of a bucket of this gravelly material right here that you guys saw me digging out right here, probably about, I don't know, a foot down, 18 inches down. But I finally panned it down to just, I don't know, maybe 2 tablespoons worth of material here, and I don't know, you know, haven't seen one piece of gold yet, but then again, it was a lot of material. I did find at least 7 pieces of lead shot, or lead pellets rather, from an air rifle or an air gun. So I'm hopeful, you know, whenever you find heavies like that, that's a good sign. Let's just try to pan this down here as quickly as reasonably possible, and see if we make up for the lack of any notable gold from earlier. Let's see. Get those out of the way. Not seeing anything notable thus far. Okay, I do see one piece of gold in the top, which is about the same size as the one from earlier was, and I'll point it out as soon as I get the rest of the stuff done here. Alright, so I went ahead and panned down this second run of stuff and managed to isolate, just eyeballing it real quick, 2 pieces of gold, real small pieces. Matter of fact, there's 3 now that I view. You can see right there by my fingertip there's a little piece of gold, and not much here. Certainly I'm used to seeing some flakes, not little pieces of flour like that with very few other pieces. I'd say there's probably 3 pieces here that are visible to the naked eye, but just not much here. Hey, that's okay. I didn't get skunked, and a day out gold prospecting is better than a great day indoors just watching TV or whatever. I'll definitely be moving on then, trying to find a better spot for you guys. But in the meantime, if you find a cove like this, you probably won't get much if you're doing what I'm doing. I expected more, but hey, that's why I call it gold prospecting and not gold grabbing or gold collecting. I'll be seeing you guys soon, no doubt, and I'll be making another episode as soon as I can, and hopefully I get more gold than I did today. I'll catch you guys later here on Gold Phenoms. Alright guys, so I came home from the Kern River, and the next day got around to putting this stuff on my concentrating table, all the cons that I brought home, and you can see them being moved down here, down the end of my concentrating table. And I'll tell you what, I found something interesting in the cons as I was gathering them there. You can probably see them right here on the screen. A lot of lead pellets to be exact, for a BB gun. Let me count: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 pellets from, yeah, clearly meant for a BB gun. And well, you know, just goes to show you there's plenty of heavies in the area, but I wasn't too pleased with what I was seeing in the cons while I was panning them out, so I'm kind of dubious, a little doubtful about in terms of what I'll find here in the cons that I do have here on the table. Let me just wet that down, try to get anything else out of there. Don't see any gold nuggets in there or whatnot. So anyway, I'll go ahead and put that to the side and just brush this stuff down right here. Let's see, a bunch of trash right here. That's no good. Clearly, got a lot of stuff to go through up here on the top, as you can see. A lot of fine material, a lot of fine black sand. And okay, I see a little gold speck right here at the top. So I didn't get skunked. It's not much, but it's something. You'll get a better view of it whenever I'm done, processing all of this stuff here. It'll take me a good, I don't know, 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, something like that, because there's a whole bunch here to do. That place there on the river, like I mentioned before, the current ran kind of counter, just period, to the current, and swirled around, and I was hoping I could find some materials that have been dumped there. After finding lead shot like I did, I'm just thinking I need to go deeper, and of course, anybody who knows the Kern River knows that right now it's going at an incredible rate. I looked on a website, said it was moving along at about 1,400 cubic feet per second, which it's pretty fast, and nowhere near its top capacity, but deep enough to get you in trouble if you don't respect the river. And it had, with the July 4th crowd, had just inundated the areas that I normally dig for or dig through for gold and gold prospecting. And it would have been really tough to get down pretty deep where the gold is for anybody, especially whenever the bank isn't, it doesn't go down gradually in some places. It just sort of drops off, and that more or less describes where I was at. It'd be just a couple of feet deep where you could step, and then after that, it's bon voyage after that. Alright guys, so after it was all said and done, I managed to locate about 13 pieces in that material that I gathered from the river, and I'll go ahead and zoom in here so you can see them. Got them all just scattered about in a little tiny group right there. But anyway, it wasn't a total loss in that I did find, like I said, a few pieces. It's probably about 1/4 what I'm used to seeing with the effort that I put out there. I went through about 1.25 buckets of material, I'd say. Anyway, so I'll go ahead and push it all together in a little tiny pile and put it next to a dime for you guys, like I always do. But I'll just look for more spots there on the Kern River, and hopefully come up with something better for you in this next coming episode. But hey, I just wanted to thank you, and I'll see you sometime soon, or put something out there for you here with Gold Phenoms. You guys have a great rest of your July, and we'll see what I come up with in our next episode.